Looks like we're getting things going. All right. Got my coffee. Got everything set up. Looks like we got some people in the chat. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. If you can hear me, let me know. If not, I don't know what to tell you because it says it's on. So let's see here. Looks like we got a bunch of people in here already, which is awesome. Let me know if my internet's okay as well, because it's been a little spotty lately because I was downloading a new video game and it sucked up all my bandwidth and stuff. So I might be reaching the limit of whatever it is. So yeah, we got a lot of people in here today. Let me just kind of run down the list, and some of you guys might have already left, but that's okay. You'll probably come back or watch it on the rerun. But we'll start from the very top. We got Amazing Murphinator 1028 says Bueller, Bueller, Bueller. And then there's Comic Tom 101 who just gave me like an explosion thing. That's kind of cool. And we got Robert Galvin. He's in here, and I had the pleasure of talking with Robert Galvin this week and got to know him a little bit, and it was great. So I appreciate him taking the time to reach out to me, and look forward to talking to him again very soon. We got Nick Leslie. Hello. You got Dog Sidious. That's awesome. I've been a guest on his channel, and that was a lot of fun. And he's got a great channel. So if you guys haven't checked out Dog Sidious, it's cool, man. The guy's a pretty cool guy. And we got Chad Farr. Hello. Let's see, the BPRD. Hello. How are you? Hulk Nuts 911 Comics and Deadlifts says, "What's up, everyone? How you doing, Hulk Nuts?" Let's see here. Sam's Tangled Web, and I want to say thank you to Sam. He is one of our moderators tonight. So thank you, Sam. I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to do that for me. Kiro, I believe. I always pronounce it wrong, don't I, Kiro? How you doing? Bake the Snake, hello. How are you? Wingnut, hello. How you doing as well? Then there we go, guys. Okay, so we got 29 people in here. And my daughter is in the chat. And my daughter's name is Paige Noakes. And she's my favorite daughter by far. So if anyone wants to say hello to my daughter, that's her. That's Paige Noakes. She's in the chat, and she's a wonderful girl, and I miss her every day. But I'm very proud of her. And every day I wake up and consider myself a very lucky father to have such a wonderful daughter. And my son's not bad also, by the way. We have Cape Mayor 1. Says, "Hey, I got my books this week. Thank you." Awesome, Cape Mayor 1. He won the giveaway for last month and stuff. So I'm glad he got them. It's nice to know you got them okay. So thank you. Let's see. Comic G-Man, hello. How are you? Blur Jenkins, hello also. Things are going good. Al, Red Sox fan. Al's in a good mood because I think his Red Sox are like doing really well in the World Series. Obviously, he's a fan, so that's kind of cool. We have Rayman, the Silencer Man. He's a lot of fun. I've always liked that guy. He's a lot of fun. Good guy. The Great Legend Show. He's in the house. How you doing, Great Legend? Nice to have you, my friend. We have Marvel Joe 67. Hey, Bueller, how are you? I'm doing good. And I don't want to miss anybody. Bobby Beltran. Hello, Bobby. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Let's see. I'm probably missing James White. James White. Hello, Bueller. Good evening. Hello. Paradiddle Cakes. Hello. Or Paradiddle Dakes. Hello. Yeah, I'm Tony Sanders. I saw Tony Sanders' name in there. Oh man, it's gonna get busy, but I want to do what I can do. Nerds versus Geeks. Hello, John's Comics with Kids. John's Comics with Kids. You are also very kind to be one of my moderators tonight. So I want to say thank you to John's Comics with Kids for being a moderator. That's awesome. We have Simon Comics. Hello. And there's my daughter again, Paige Nook. She's amazing. I'm gushing because she's one in a million. So it's awesome. What's she saying? She says, "Okay, Dad, I'll stop back in a while. Don't forget my shout out." I just gave you a shout out at Paige Kathleen, since you're so popular now. Do you know what my kids think about their father doing YouTube and stuff? It's just, it's mind-blowing to them to think that I would be doing YouTube, and not only be doing YouTube, but people would actually want to like be curious about what I say. So they get a big kick out of it, and I think that's awesome. Thanks, Paige. I think she's at work, so I think she might be in the bathroom, like sneaking a text in there or something like that. At least that's what she did last time. Scott Farr, hello. Let's see. Let's see what else is going here. I'm trying to get everybody. Brett Hess, how are you? Thank you for being here. And I'm probably going to miss some people, and I'm sorry, but I'm doing my best. And Just Paley, hello. Just Paley's, he's a good guy. I don't know if you guys have talked to Just Paley, but that guy has a wealth of knowledge, and he always keeps me in check. If I'm not getting my info right, that guy knows his stuff, and I appreciate that because I'm not always right. And I do my best, but I do miss stuff. But that guy is like an encyclopedia in knowledge. So thanks to Just Pele. Rob Montana, how are you? Jacket 24/7, miss you, Bueller. Jacket 24/7, everybody. That is Jeff. I don't know what he's doing. And then Dark Helmet 09, and just a bunch of people in here. And Junior says, glad to finally make it over live. Thank you so much. We got Double S Comic Reader. Sarah Marie, hi Sarah Marie, JD, everybody's in here today. Okay, this is getting busy. Okay, so we got to, let's go ahead and talk about some of the new books that came out this week. We're going to jump in. If I miss some of you guys, I apologize. I'll do my best to jump back in and get caught up, but you know, I'm probably going to mess that up too. So let's go ahead and jump into some of the books that came out this week. And I read them all the ones I picked up, so I'll let you know what I thought and all that good stuff. The True Believers, this was just one for fun, and I always buy the True Believers. It's a what if Spider-Man had rescued Gwen Stacy, and we all pretty much know what happens there, so we don't really need to read that one, to be honest with you. But it's kind of cool. They're only $1. If you guys aren't buying the True Believers, you should, because they're just key books of classic books for $1. They're reprints, and they're a lot of fun. We have The Walking Dead 100, and this was out one of the blind bags. I only got one blind bag, and my local shop, he actually, they sold them all out before I even got any. So he actually went and picked me up one, and I opened this up. It's 100. I don't know what's special about these, if there's one that's rarer than the others, but that's the only one I got. So it's kind of cool. I don't have very many Walking Dead books, so I'll add this to my collection, and I'll enjoy it. All right, now we're going to get to the books that I did read, and I'll kind of give you my spoiler-free attempts at reviews. And the first one I read was Spider-Geddon, #2, and I read the first one, and there are a lot of tie-ins to this book. You need to know a lot what's going on, because there's like Spider-Girls and Edge of Spider-Verse and everything. So if you don't know all the tie-ins, it's very confusing. I enjoyed the book. I like the fact that the villains are powerful enough to take on the team that's involved in here. And there are a few more deaths in this book, and there was some deaths in the first one. I don't want to spoil it, but it's pretty good. I liked it. Like I said, it is confusing. If you're a new reader to Spider-Man, you're not going to know what's going on with these books, because there is so many different Spider-Men or women or people or whatever that's going on, and they're all coming together. And this book kind of ends when they're going to go and rally even more members of the team. That's kind of how it ends. So that's what they're doing, and we'll see how it goes. But it's a good read. I enjoyed it so far, but I was a little confused, and that happens very easily. And speaking of other ones, and this is that direct tie-in as well, this is Spider-Girls. And I read this one as well, and I like this one. This one wasn't bad. The artwork I didn't think was all that great. But this is made by I think her name is Jamie Hauser, or I think Jamie Hauser or something like that. Anyway, she is the one that wrote this story, and it was pretty good. It's basically what it says: Spider-Girls. It's a bunch of different female spider people getting together and they're going to go do some damage type thing. And this is just issue 1, so there wasn't really too much into there, just the introductory type thing, and then we'll see what happens from here. But it was a good read, and like I said, this also ties in to the other books, so there you go, not too bad. And then this one's kind of my stinker of the week. I don't like saying anything bad, but for who this character is, you would expect quite a bit more. This is Return of Wolverine number 2, and this whole book takes place on a speedboat. The whole thing, they're on a speedboat, and that's really about it. They're on a speedboat, and it starts out in the middle of the ocean, and by the end of the issue, they're almost to where they want to be, and a couple things happen, and it's not that great. It's very, it didn't really have anything going for it. This cover, this version, I'm not a big fan of that one. And also, unfortunately, I didn't enjoy the art in this one as well. And like being such a big character, I would think that they would have pulled out all the stops for something like this. So this is kind of a letdown. I hope that number 3 is better. Because like I said, they were almost where they were trying to go to. So hopefully number 3 kind of kickstarts the series, and we'll see how that goes. All right, let's jump into the chat right here and just kind of see what's going on. We have a Mr. Garrell. Hey, Mr. Garrell, how are you? Read one of your comments today or this week on my coffee episode, and really enjoyed that comment. I appreciate that. And we've got a bunch of other people jumping in here, and honestly, it's going to be hard for me to go back and check and stuff. But we'll take a quick look. We have Joa Afonso. I think that's right. Hello. Let's see. We have a Centauri Stir Fry. That's awesome. That guy's really cool. I've talked to him a couple of times, asked him about his name and stuff like that. He's a big Last Starfighter fan, as myself, so that's awesome. Comic Book Gallery. Hello, how are you? Let's see. Justin, hello. And Simon Comics. I think I got Simon Comics. Tim the Collector. Okay, I've been waiting for Tim the Collector to come in here. And so Tim the Collector has started doing some YouTube videos. And actually, if you guys look down in the description, I believe his name is down there. And there's a link to one of his videos that he did this week, or maybe last week. And I watched it and I enjoyed it. He actually did a video on the price increases in comic books, basically from the very beginning all the way up until now. And it was a great video, and I really enjoyed what he had to say. It was very informative, and I learned something. And that's what's the most important to me. If I can watch a video and walk away from that video learning something, that's exactly what happened on this video. And I like his setup. He's got a setup, and it's almost like you're in virtual reality because it's like he just his hands come out and stuff. I think he said in one of his videos he's using a GoPro, so it's probably just sitting right next to him. But it's almost like you're there, so it's kind of cool. I like how it goes. But check out Tim the Collector, and like I said, there's a link down below to that video. It's a lot of fun. You'll enjoy it, so go check it out. And like I said, you'll learn something, because I know I did. Definitely some information I wasn't aware of. And, you know, the nice thing about the information he gives you, it's all backed up. It's not just theory. He's got the stuff to prove it. And that makes a lot of sense. We did just get a super chat from Robert Galvin. Like I said before, Robert Galvin, I got the pleasure to talk to him a few times this week. And I plan on talking to him many more times. He actually gave me a hint about a possible book that might be spiking, which was kind of cool. But we actually just got to know each other, and I thought that was awesome. So I really appreciate that. Robert Galvin, thank you so much. That's going to go straight into getting legitimate internet for my house. So that's awesome. Thank you. And let's go ahead and look here. Robert Galvin, he said, this is for that studio, buddy. Love you, bud. The black and white one with the eyeball popping out on the cover is on The Walking Dead. And he agrees about the Wolverine. Yep, okay. So that Walking Dead book it's kind of gross. You know, it's got Glenn's eyeball coming out and stuff. So I was a little like, ugh, you know, because I don't know how I feel about that. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to some of the other books that came out this week. And this one, honestly, I just kind of glanced through this book. I haven't read the whole thing, but I love the cover. This is the Amazing Spider-Man. This is the new one. This is the variant. This is the Battle Lines variant that came out this week. Just a great Green Goblin cover. If you haven't picked this up yet, I would definitely pick it up. It's actually the only Battle Lines variant cover I've bought, but I'm a big Green Goblin fan, so I wanted to pick it up. There is a appearance of a character at the very end that was kind of cool, and it kind of leads into the next issue. And she's a very saucy character, so it was a lot of fun seeing her at the very end. We'll see how that turns out. But this is a great issue. If you can pick it up, I would definitely do it. The cover, like I said, even the regular cover, the A cover, is really cool. But I just got that one, and it looks awesome. Okay, how we doing here? We got Comic Core. They're in here. Comic Core. Okay, we have like 69, 70 people watching. And so some of you guys might know or might not know that there is a Comic Core live stream right after this one, which is actually one that I am on. It's a group of guys that have gotten together, and we talk about comics. We talk about our picks. We have a lot of different opinions. We may not always agree on stuff, and that's fine because that's actually what I enjoy. But if you guys have time, it starts at 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, pretty much about 10 or 15 minutes after my live stream. I'll be on there. If you want to hear some other opinions, other picks, go check them out. We actually have a guest on tonight. The guest goes by Cat Ren Figures. She's great. I'm very excited. This is the first time I'll get a chance to actually talk to her in person. So I'm really looking forward to having her on there. I chatted with her a couple times online, but now I get to pick her brain on how she likes her comics and stuff, because she does some great reviews, and you're going to want to check it out. It's 7 o'clock tonight, Pacific Standard Time. You can do the translation wherever you're at, but I hope you guys join us. And if you're not subscribed to them, turn on the subscription thing and the notification thing, because a lot of times I forget stuff, so that way you'll be reminded. But if you like it, stick around. If it's not for you, I understand, but give it a shot. You might be surprised. Let's see. We got some other people in here. 530 Jerry 916. Jerry says, "Damn, I don't think I could hold a comic with one hand like that." Yeah, I got big hands, man. I can palm a basketball, well, no problem. I used to play basketball back in the day, so I'm a big guy. I'm pretty tall, and I can do things. Anyway, let's get back to some books here. This is the only indie book I picked up, and this is a new one. This is Dead Kings by Aftershock Comics, and this is the brand new series. This is #1. There's a couple things in this book that stood out for me from the very beginning. There's actually a couple characters in this book that highly resemble actors in Hollywood. There's, I think, probably the female lead, at least in a couple of her shots. She looks like Julian Anderson. I think that's her name from X-Files, if I'm not mistaken. Very similar looking to her. At least I thought so. And there was another shot where the bartender in here resembled the actor from, I think it's called The Professional or something like that. He played an assassin. I can't remember the guy's name. He's a British actor, I believe. But the bartender resembled him as well. So I thought that was interesting. This book is very hard, and this is probably just for me to read. It's almost like a Macbeth type thing or Shakespeare. And it kind of drew me out of it. I didn't connect with the book. It was hard for me to follow around, and maybe I'm just showing my unintelligence or whatnot trying to read it. But it just didn't click with me off the bat. And I read the whole thing and stuff, and the story, from what I can comprehend, did not actually grab my attention at all, which is too bad, because I like a lot of stuff that Aftershock is doing. And but I'm not going to just say I'm going to give up on it. I like to at least give some books 2 or 3 issues before I kind of close the door. You know, you should probably know by after the 2nd or 3rd issue if it's not for you. So I'll probably get number 2. But number 1, I would say I was disappointed because the cover looks really cool, and that's kind of what grabbed me. And it just had a weird setting. I didn't exactly know what was going on. It was like after what's that movie, Pacific Rim? It kind of reminded me of Pacific Rim, like after everything was over and stuff, with the big mechs and stuff. Like years later after that would end, it's like this would happen or something. So they're referring to a bunch of old wars and all this stuff. So I felt kind of lost. Anyway, if anybody's read this one, Dead Kings, let me know what you thought. Maybe I'm off base, and that's okay because I probably am. But just didn't grab me, but I will give it one more try. Justin Scheller says, I see 2 different Comic Corps. One has over 1,000 subs. Okay, Justin, the one that over 1,000 subs, that's the one that I'm on. So, and that's the one that we do on Fridays. So, if you're looking for that one, just so you guys know, I don't know what exactly their sub count is, but I'm pretty sure it's over 1,000. So congratulations to them. That's pretty cool, right? Yeah. Okay, now we're gonna switch to some DC books real quick. And we got 70 people watching. And last week we got over 100. And I want to say thanks to everybody for that because that was really cool. Over 100 people at one time watching my mug. Come on. So this one right here, Justice League Odyssey. It's one of the last of the foil covers. It's coming. I think there's a couple more next week, and that's about it. But this is number 2, and this is a new series. And you know what? I enjoyed this book. For one, the artwork in it, I really liked. I thought the artwork was great. So that pulled me in right away. The story itself, I'm not up to date on the first one, but I think I did okay. Because from what I can carry from the first one, it was pretty much just this team getting together and going on a mission. And this is where the mission takes off, is kind of what I'm getting. But it had some great characters in it. It had Cyborg and some other ones. And this book has a lot to do. There's some little subtle tones to religion and stuff like that. And I thought that was kind of captivating. They're kind of, angels were referenced and just worship and all this stuff. And, it was very interesting and kind of took me by surprise how religious this book kind of turned out to be. But it's a fun read and it's enjoyable. And I'm excited for the rest of the series to see at least this storyline, what it turns out to be. So I'm definitely going to be reading this one again. So if you haven't checked out Justice League Odyssey, you should. It's good. Okay, we have Bobby's in there. I think I said hi to Bobby, did I? I hope I did. Tacoma Comics, how you doing? Tacoma Comics, he's a fellow Pacific Northwester. Always nice to have him in here. He's got a Comic-Con coming up. Jet City Comic-Con, I believe, is next weekend, if I'm not mistaken. This next book that I read this week is Flash number 57. And this was a fun read. And here's the thing. This is the end of the story arc. And I didn't read any of the previous issues for the story arc. And a lot of times when you don't know the story arc, when you try to read it, you are left kind of wondering what's going on. But instantly, as soon as I read it, I recognized all the characters, the scenario, and everything. So I really got connected with this book. And it kind of came to a nice conclusion. It was well written. The artwork was good, and I was, like I said, familiar with all the characters that was going on. And it makes me want to go back and reread the other ones. It did jump into the new storyline that will be happening. And there's another villain for Flash. Not a new villain, but, one. But this is good. So this is the B cover of Flash number 57. It's a good read. If you haven't read the previous ones for the storyline and you just want to check this out, like I said, you can jump on and you'll kind of catch what's going on. So enjoy that book. Pick this one up. I really liked it. This is my pick of the week. And this book actually came out a week ago. And I think I showed it, but I didn't talk about it because I didn't have a chance to read it. And now I got a chance to read it. And I'm pretty sure it's probably a one-shot. I'm not sure. But it's just in time for Halloween. And I want to show it. And it's Marvel Zombies. Look at that. I palmed it. One hand. even with the Silver Age backing board, I could still hold it. Marvel Zombies. Great story. I think it's a one-shot. And it's 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 fun. I mean, just literally, it's a fun book. It's not what you would expect. You know, it's got it's like Spider-Man or versions of Spider-Man and Falcon and Hawkeye and a bunch of other characters. And right when you think it's going the way it kind of reads, it totally takes a 180 and goes a totally different direction that I did not see coming. Like I said, I think it's a one-shot. If it's not, I'd like to see what happens. But if it is a one-shot, it was a fun read. It was a lot of fun. And the zombie character on the front, that's one of the characters in the book. So if you haven't checked out Marvel's Zombie, you should check it out. You'll enjoy it, you know, especially for Halloween. It's definitely my pick of last week, and it's going to be my pick for this week as well because I just read it. So there you go. That's my pick of the week. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump in the chat here. I know I got some other people. I got, let's see, Connie. Hello, Connie. How are you? Thanks for joining me. And we have Chad 90 MF Comics. I don't know. Did I say hello? Oh, no. Hey, Chad, how you doing? I watched some of his videos this week. Those are a lot of fun. And I think he has a podcast as well. And I haven't listened to his podcast because I haven't figured out how to do that yet. Yeah, I know. It's just go there and do it. But anyway, Chad's a lot of fun. I really like this stuff. And let's see. We have Manny, the comic collector. Hello, how are you? Thanks for joining me. And it looks like we have a $2 super chat by Comic Addiction. It says just a little support. Hey, a little goes a long way in my world. I mean, $2, I can get, never mind, I shouldn't say it. So you guys some of you guys might know Jeff. He's been on some of my videos, and he's a really important person to me. And we did a gift exchange for Christmas. It was like a limit, and Jeff bought me like 10 packs of Dollar Tree toilet paper for my gift. And you know, what a great gift to give. You know, so because I've always said, I can't believe I'm talking about this, but oh well. Buy my toilet paper at the Dollar Tree. So Comic Addiction, what does that have to do with you? You know, $2. You know, besides the internet, if I need it, I might just have to use that money to go to my Dollar Tree if I'm running low. I'm sorry, man. That's way off base. But you know what? We're having fun tonight, and that's what it's all about, just having a good time. So let's see here. Let's see. Okay. I got all these people in here. And you guys, the chat goes so fast, and I feel bad. I wish I could like just sit down and talk to everybody. I got another super chat from my buddy Robert Galvin. Nice, more for the fun, buddy. Yes, want the Halloween vampire one. Thank you, Robert, again. Robert's the man. He does his thing. He was telling me about this video game that was kind of cool, and I don't know if I'd be very good at it, but I'm gonna try to give it a shot once I get done downloading Red Dead Redemption 2, which is like 100 gigabytes. So what are you gonna do? But thank you, Robert. I appreciate that, my friend. You're awesome. And let's go ahead and I have a couple of different things I want to talk about before I get into our topic for tonight. And one of the things I want to talk about are the TV shows that got canceled on last week. And it was so funny because, like, literally, if you guys were watching last week, we were talking about Iron Fist getting canceled. And I said in that live stream, I said, you know what? Luke Cage is not very far away. They're going to cancel that show, and they're probably going to do a Power Man Iron Fist. Within, like, the next 20 minutes or half hour, the news came out that they canceled Luke Cage. So it's too bad. I hope that they intend to doing a Power Man Iron Fist TV show. They're Heroes for Hire. I hope that's where they're going because I like those characters. And I want to see them together. Let's just be honest. Apart, they're okay, but together, they're great. So let's hope that that's what's going to happen. And that kind of leads me into the Power Man Iron Fist. So a lot of you guys have watched my Just the Keys video, and I'm working on a brand new Just the Keys one, and that should be out probably Sunday. And I am doing it on Power Man and Iron Fist, Just the Keys. So there is 75 issues in that run, and I'm going to go through all the ones that are keys, and hopefully you guys like them because, like I said, you never know. That might be a thing, and if you guys get the heads up on some of the characters that are in there and stuff, might pay off. So you never know. Okay, another one I want to talk about really quick. I don't think I've seen him in here, and I feel really bad. Reggie Simmons, the one that doesn't do YouTube. Reggie Simmons gave a super chat last week, and I missed it. And I went back and I saw that it was in there. I emailed him and apologized, and I felt bad because I wanted to make sure that I didn't miss it. And like I said, I do miss things. So I just want to say to Reggie Simmons, if he watches this or if he's in here now or watches it later, thank you again. I really do appreciate it. And then I want to also, I already said Sam's Tangled Web and John's Comics for Kids. They are my moderators right now, and I appreciate them. If you guys haven't checked out their channels, those are two of my favorites as well. And now I want to move on to this really quick. And this is, and somebody just said Iron Fist was weak. If you're talking about the television show, it wasn't very good. I didn't like it, and I would agree. The character itself, Iron Fist, I like Iron Fist. I think he's a cool character. So I'm hoping that they do him some justice if they do another series with him. But you guys all know we got our contest going on for the month of October. This is all the giveaway stuff. It's a bunch of autograph books. All you got to do is just leave a comment in one of my coffee videos, and you are entered for the giveaway. There's a bunch of autographs from Mike Mignola and Donnie Cates and some other people. I'm forgetting their names, but that's for the giveaway. On Monday's coffee is the last one to enter because the October has 5 weeks in it type thing for Mondays. So that'll be the last one to enter. And the next week after that, we'll be doing the drawing. And then we'll be announcing the new giveaway for November. And I showed these before, a couple of sneak peeks of the books I'm giving away for November. And like I said, this isn't all of them, but this is going to be some of them. This is the Venom First Host number 5, the variant cover. Just a great cover, and I wanted to get an extra copy to give that away. And this will be for November. And then I got this one, and I think this one's really cool. This is the Venom number 7. This is the PX exclusive New York Comic Con. And it's just a great looking variant cover of that Venom number 7. And I was able to pick this up, and that's going to be in the giveaway for November. I don't know if you guys have seen that before, but it's kind of cool looking. So it'll be a nice addition to your collection. I only have one, and so it's not going to be in my collection. It's going to be in one of yours. So that's okay. Okay, so we got the contest out, and we're going to go ahead and get to our topic for tonight. But let me just go ahead and check the chat really quick. We got Decaf Raven. Hello. Thank you for joining us. Bubba Husky. Hello. How are you? And we got probably a bunch of other people I'm missing. Brett Hess. How are you? Power Man Iron Fist was one of my favorites in the 80s. When I started collecting, it was one of my favorites too. That's why I'm pretty excited to be doing just the keys video for them. Okay, so tonight's topic is tips for collecting. And let's just get this out of the way. This is what I do. This is how I collect. This doesn't work for everybody, and people might not agree with it, but you know what? It's worked for me, and it can work for you if you want to use it. If you don't want to use it, you probably have a better method. But this works for 2 different scenarios. It works for if you just want to collect and enjoy it, and it also works for if you want to do something for like investing or turning around and actually making some money. So it's kind of cool. All right. So before we get in there, we got Tim the Collector. He just gave a $5 super chat. And hopefully you guys are checking out his channel after this. I mean, you can do it right now, but you know what I mean. But like I said, Tim the Collector, a great video that I enjoyed. It's linked down below. So if you want to check it out when this is over, you can. If you want to check it out right now, you can. Whatever you want to do. But make sure you check it out. Okay. So let me just go ahead and first say the tips, how I collect. The main thing you need to do is you need to have information, and you need to know what you're looking for. When I go and I look for keys and stuff that people might pass by, I need to know. And one of the references I use, and I've always used, and there's apps that are available for this, and maybe I'm just a little bit old school, but I really love these books. These are official indexes to the Marvel Universe. And this one is on Spider-Man. And basically this book breaks down every single issue, and it tells you who the writer is, who the artist is, who the inker is. It tells you if there's anything special about the book, a first appearance. the characters that were in the book. This comes in very handy. If you haven't used any of these, you can still order them. And I got this one for like really cheap, but they pretty much do them for every title. But this will just help you with your knowledge for the characters you're looking for. And they make individual ones for this. They do them for X-Men. I think there's an X-Men one sitting right there. They do them for Thor, Ghost Rider, you name it. They're great books to have. That's one reference tool I use. And this is also a Marvel Universe. And this is a Marvel Universe that just references the characters themselves. So it kind of tells you information about the characters that you might need to know. And the thing that it does, it also tells a relationship to other characters. So anything that's going on, you can find out about that character. And this is a great reference to use. I've had a few of these over the years, and I'm always using them, and I'm always taking notes in them and stuff like that and highlighting them. So this is another thing that I use. The other great piece of thing that I use, and I reference this all the time on my keys videos, is the Overstreet price guide. I don't use this for prices. This is out of date the day it comes out. Let's just be honest. It really is. Because eBay and whatever, those will show something that's reflected if the market's going up or if there's a movie or something like that. This is printed once a year. So honestly, these Overstreets are out of date. What I do use for is references to characters and what I need to know, when the books came out. And this is a great reference. And that's what I use this for. It's also a great reference to, let's say, common issues. Just issues that don't really have anything going on, that don't have a first appearance or not going to spike. This is a great reference to that. So if you don't have an Overstreet price guide, they come out once a year. Go pick them up. Just start flipping through it. There's also a bunch of collecting advice in here and grading tutorials that you can use. But don't use it as what it says, a price guide. Use it as a reference guide, because that's what it's really made for now. So those are the tools I use. And before we get going, let me double check. We got John Valenziola. Sorry, I probably got that wrong. We have All About Comics. Hello. Hopefully everybody's doing good. And we got a bunch of people in here, and it's going so fast. I don't know what to do. Anyway, those are my references that I use when I do collect books. Now, I have used some apps as well. I think there's that new one, that Key Comic Collector app. I think that's come in handy. And I do use an app, CLZ, I think it is. But the CLZ is just for me collecting what I have and doing a checklist of stuff of what I have, and that's what that reference is for. The main thing I do also is I set a budget when I go and do comic hunting. And a lot of these are basic, okay? A lot of these are just basic things you're probably aware of. Some of them that I'm going to get to you might be a little bit different, so you might want to pay attention to those. But I always set a budget. And when I say by budget, I literally just put the money in my pocket that I want to spend, and that's all I take when I go to a show or go to a store. It's like, okay, I'm going to spend 40 bucks today. I'm going to leave my credit card at home. I'm going to go there. I'm going to find some stuff and call it good. And that's what I do. Because let's be honest, you walk into these cons or you walk into these shops and your eyes just get really big and you're like, oh man, look at that, look at that, look at that. And then before you know it, you just dropped a couple $100 or maybe $1,000, and you go home and you might get a little bit of buyer's remorse. So make a budget. It does come in handy. And that's the best thing I can do, especially if you're on a limited budget like myself. It's very smart to do that. The next thing to do, and this is a basic one, you guys probably all know this, get a pull box at a local comic shop or a subscription box, whatever you want to call it. The main reason why, you can order all the new stuff that comes out and you get a discount in the comic shops. For the most part, I don't know of any comic shop that doesn't offer a discount. There might be some out there, but I've never encountered them. They'll give you a discount on new issues and back issues as well. And if you're a back issue hunter like myself, then a little bit of discount, 10, 20% goes a long way. So open up a pull box, get to know your comic owner and the workers there. And, if you're looking for something, let them know, because they'll go hunt it for you a lot of times. So that's really cool. Okay, we covered that. This is another one that people might not be aware of, and this is kind of cool. I like going to cons. You guys know that. I cover cons, and I interview and do all that stuff. But before I started doing that, I went to a few cons. And let's be honest, they're kind of pricey. And I think a weekend pass for a con can be like $80 to $100 for a weekend pass for a big con. And that's a lot of money, especially if you go to a con and you dropped $100 to get in and you only spent a couple $100, or even less than that. You just, all your, money that you're spending is going towards going into the con. One thing that I have found, and this is, maybe they don't want me to tell you this, volunteer at a con, okay? Volunteer at a con. They all take volunteers. There's no limit to what they take for the most part. There's probably an age limit. But here's the thing. If you volunteer at a con, and I've done this, so I'm speaking from experience, they'll give you free admission. You probably get a t-shirt. They cannot tell you you have to stay and do all this stuff. You are a volunteer. I volunteered at a con. I stuffed bags for an hour, and I got a weekend pass to go to the con. And they said, yeah, you can do whatever you want. The wristband's good. Thank you for helping. So if you want to save some money and you want to spend that money that you would normally spend to get into a con, just volunteer and give an hour of your time or a couple hours or whatever you want. But really, you just have to give a little bit of time and show up. You could probably do it for 10 minutes. But after that, they don't take it away. They don't say, oh, yeah, you can't come in here. You can stay and enjoy the con. That saves you money. That's value right there. The $100 that you would have spent, you just got in that con for free, and you can go take that $100 and buy yourself a copy of the first appearance of Gambit or something like that. So there you go. Nice little piece. I've used it. It works. And, I got a free t-shirt out of it as well. So that's kind of cool. John's Comments with Kid says, Bueller, where do you get the Marvel Index books? I've just found them at my local shops. I'm sure you can probably order them online. A lot of times, the printing on the Marvel Index books, they print them all the time. So if your shop doesn't have the Marvel Index books, you can probably just have them order them for you if they do ordering, and they can get them in. Or you could probably just go to, Barnes & Noble or Amazon and order that from there. But the ones I have, I paid like half cover price. They're usually discounted. Let's see. Let's see what's going on in here. Did I miss something? I might have missed something. I don't think I did. I might have. We have Buff Muffin. I'm still debating to go this weekend to LA Comic-Con. Volunteer, man. Save some money, volunteer. That's what I did. Let's see if that works. Volunteer, stuff some bags, say hello to someone and save some money. That's what you do. And it looks like my daughter's back in here. Did I miss you earlier? My daughter's back in here, everybody. Paige Noakes. That's my daughter. Amazing. She's like, she works out. She's like a fitness person and stuff. And she's going to be doing a fitness competition next year in March. And I can't wait to see how she does. I think she's going to kill it. So very cool. Very cool. Okay. Now that we covered the cons and stuff like that, another thing I recommend when you are collecting books is just to stay focused. Okay, determine what you want. What type of collector do you want to be? Do you want to enjoy the stories, and that's it? If that's all you want, it's unlimited what you can do. Because I'm not an endorser of this, but you can buy every book that there's ever been digitally, and you don't have to look for it. You can just download it and read it and all like that. So if that's the collector that you want to be, to just enjoy the story, I would say go that route. And yeah, I'm promoting digital books, and I never thought I would say that. But through time, I've kind of come to realize that a lot of these books are not obtainable. So there's other avenues to do it. So if you just want to enjoy the story and you want to enjoy stories of books that might be very high priced, then go digital. That's a great way to do it. If you're not going that way, and if you're looking on buying books as an investment, the best thing I can say is do not look at newer books as a investment as much as the older books. And the reason why, and I've demonstrated this multiple times, if you know what you're looking for, like I said with those references material, you can go in the dollar bins, you can go in the 50 cents, you can go to the flea markets, you can go do all that stuff, and you can take $10 or $20, and you can literally find books that sell for $10, $15 if you know what you're looking for. And that small investment of 50 cents and flipping that with a book of a $10 or $15 value that sell regularly is a lot less investment that you have to put out in order to get something back. I've found success in doing that. I think that's where I would go because the risk is so much lower. It's a 50-cent risk or a 40-cent risk or a dollar risk, and you already know that there's a market for that book. There is, speculation, and speculation is exactly what they say. It's speculation. People speculate that book might be. You might pay $20 and speculate that that might go up, and you don't know. It might go up, it might not. But there's safe bets, and the 50-cent bins and the dollar bins are safe bets because you already know what you're looking for. You have the reference material, like I referred to, and you just go and you find those books, and then you can just turn around and sell them for $10 or $15, and just go look on eBay, and those books sell all the time. It's an easy thing to do. It's low risk, high reward, and that's what I like about it. Let me go ahead and jump up here because I saw that Robert Galvin gave me another $5 super chat. I think that makes three. Three times the charm, third time's the charm. Stick to the list. Yep. All is well. Stay on target. Stay on target. Exactly. Stay on target. Stay on target. Is that a reference to Star Wars as well? Thank you, Robert. I appreciate that. We have Dennis. He's in here. My kids love the Jack Skellington picture. This Jack Skellington picture is my daughter's that I got at a con like 6 years ago, and it's autographed by the artist, and she never took it. It's been in my room ever since. Paige, come get your poster. It's frustrating. She likes it. She's a big fan, but can I get her to actually take it? Nope. And she's got her own place now, so she's got plenty of room for it. Nope, she doesn't do it. Anyway, back to what I was saying. You can, if you're wanting to collect newer books that come out, and if you want to do newer books for investments, it's a little bit harder because it has a lot more to do with the variant that comes out. And hunting those books is hard to find a lot of times because a lot of times there's going to be a book that's a 1 in 20 of something, and the comic shop is just not going to get it. And the people who are connected pick those up before they even hit the shelf. To be honest with you, there's tons of 50-cent boxes out there. There's tons of dollar boxes out there. There's tons of those at the shows that we go to. There's tons of those at the mini cons, at the big cons, at comic stores, not all of them. And I know from some of you that I talked to, you guys are limited to where you can access comics from. And that's actually something that Robert talked to me about. He said, I think he referenced, he's 100 miles away from a local comic shop. And I guess I consider myself lucky because I'm 20 miles away from, within 20 miles of 20 comic shops. So maybe I'm a little bit spoiled, and a lot of those have 50-cent boxes and long boxes and stuff to go through. So I on that take, when you're so far away, I don't really have an answer for that. I never thought about that before. And Robert brought that up to me, and I was like, I never really realized that some of you guys just might not be local to a shop or a convention and stuff like that. So you're in a definitely different predicament when that's the case. So I feel your pain, and I don't have a solution for that, unfortunately. So let's just assume that's not you. And say you do have access to local cons or local shops. And what are you going to spend your money on? Are you going to spend your money on something that you can guarantee will return an investment? Or are you going to spend your money on something that speculates maybe it might return an investment? I myself, I would like to spend my money, if I'm trying to turn a profit, on something that's guaranteed a return. Because you can just go look. You can go see it. You can go and see a 50-cent book if you're aware of what you're looking for. You see that book, you go look it up and say, man, 5 copies of this book just sold today on eBay for $10. And here it is sitting for 50 cents. So you tell me what's a easier decision to make. I think that is. So for me, and I say this, if you want to collect books for the stories, the best option, and especially for options of books like I was saying before, that are over, I don't want to say overpriced, but just priced out of your range, the option would be to go digital because they're all available. God, I can't believe I'm saying that. Oh, it hurts to say it, but it's, the truth. Truth is what the truth is, right? And if you're looking to invest for something to make a little bit of money, which is great, then there's you don't always have to go big. you can just go small. And I like going small. I'm a big guy and I go small, whatever, you know. But those are some of the tips I use when I'm looking for comics and stuff. The main thing being is just to be informed and know what to look for. And think of the books that are, you know, think of the books that are have people might not be looking for, like this one. I saw this on the list, and I picked this book up for 50 cents. It's Legionnaires #0. And I can guarantee that these are sitting in 50-cent boxes across the nation. And I believe this book is selling for like $10 or $15 right now. So I spent under 50 cents. And if I wanted to flip it, I could flip it no problem. And then I also take risks. And when I say risks, is speculating on a 50-cent book really speculating? I don't think it is, right? But I got this book, a Tomahawk, and I don't know what this is. I have no clue. It's a magazine size, but it was sitting in the 50-cent bin, and I noticed there was a name on the top, and it says Donnie Cates. And Donnie Cates, who we all kind of know, he's kind of it guy right now, is the writer of this book. And so I was like, I'll just buy it. What the heck? You know, the investment is very low, and if nothing comes of it, oh well. So I picked it up, and I not only did I pick that up, but I picked up like 2 more copies. So 3 copies for $1.35. You know, I looked them up on eBay, and I think they're selling for like $5 to $6 a piece. But you know, it's kind of cool. It's written by Donnie Cates. You never know with that guy, right? So, but anyway, low risk and a high reward. That's kind of the way I look at it. And that's kind of how I invest in books. Hopefully I gave you some information. I try to stay focused, but I think in time I'll get better at these, you know, because this is only I've only been doing live streams a handful of times, but it's fun. But let's go ahead and check the chat here and all the stuff I missed. And let's see, All About Comics is in here. White Whale's in here, I think so. Steve Rogers, hello. Yeah, White Whale's in the Brett Hess art. A Tomahawk Rules. I haven't read it. I'm going to read it. It looks kind of cool. Let's see. There's so many comments in here, and I'm kind of looking at the end right now, guys. And I Love Signed Comics. Hello. I Love Signed Comics. He helped me out with some grammar and stuff. Was it him? Am I getting that wrong? I might have got that wrong. I think it was him. I might have been wrong. But anyway, I wanted to. This is off topic, but I want to bring it up, and I'm actually going to bring it up in my coffee video. So a lot of you probably watch my coffee video that comes out on Mondays, and during that video, that's sponsored by a local coffee shop. And when I talk about that coffee shop, the logo comes up at the bottom of the screen. And it says Mocha Express, and locations available, or locations Milwaukee and Portland. I have had multiple people say you're spelling Milwaukee wrong. Because there is a more famous city named Milwaukee that most people are probably aware, and most people are not aware that there is a city in Oregon called Milwaukee. Okay. The city in Milwaukee is spelled with I-E at the end. The other city is spelled with 2 E's at the end. It's pronounced the same way, but the spelling is different. So I'm obviously going to spell it the way it's spelled in Oregon and that city. And for anyone who I might have offended, because I've had a few people ask me, you keep spelling Milwaukee wrong. I know the correct spelling for both. Believe it or not. So I did get it right on the one here, the city in Oregon. So there you go. That's that. But I'm actually going to bring that up on my coffee episode when that tagline comes across, just so you guys are all aware that I do know how to spell cities and stuff like that. I've never been to Milwaukee, Wisconsin or whatnot, Brewers or whatnot. So I don't know. What are you going to do? Sometimes you just can't win, right? Just Pele says, I bet Bueller is a hoot after a few beers. At one time I was, and I don't drink anymore. And I haven't drank. It's not like it was never like a problem or nothing like that. But the thing is, I don't drink alcohol anymore. And it's not because something happened. It's literally because I just don't like the taste of alcohol, and that's all there is to it. It's nothing, wine or hard alcohol or beer. None of it has really been my cup of tea. So I just drink coffee and pop, which probably shouldn't do that, but I do. But anyway, that's but yeah, you get a few beers with me back in the day, and you think I'm smiling now, man. I'm full of laughs and cheer. I'm a happy drunk. When I did get drunk, I was very happy. It just kind of having a good time. So all these people were putting Milwaukee in there. Hashtag Milwaukee. How about that? Hashtag Milwaukee. Comic Tom 101, he's in here, said, come up to Washington and we can drink some pop. Okay, we drink some, what do you mean? We drink some coffee. Like that guy needs coffee. That guy doesn't need coffee. That guy goes 100 miles an hour. But yeah, when I get up there, and guys, I plan on going up there with Comic Tom and visiting him and Ryan and everybody very soon. We talked about it just last week, I think we did. And we've always wanted to make stuff together and do content together. And we've talked about it for a very long time. And it's just a matter of us doing it. And I think November is going to be our month. And, you know, he's a good guy. We enjoy each other's company. I enjoy Ryan. So I'm really looking forward to it. He already said I can crash at his house. So that sounds good, right? I hope that's still up there. Okay. I drink in some, and it's not a problem. The PPRD, I drink and smoke, and that's not a problem. Yep, it's not a problem for people. You know, I don't have any problem with it. Like I said, I just don't like the taste, and I don't know. And I never smoked. I was never able to inhale. I just choke. So so I tried when I was younger, and I just never could get the hang of it. So I just gave up. So that's all there is to it. James says, hey, Bueller, how are you doing? I'm doing good, James. I'm always doing good. Friday night. You know what? I'm doing good all the time. And you know what? What you see is what you get. And this is kind of me. And so I'm always kind of a happy guy, and I like helping out. And that's kind of what I stick with. So it's very cool. Let's see. Decaf Raven. Spreecher's root beer is pretty good. Okay. I don't think I've had that. That sounds kind of cool. Just Paley says he's cataloging while listening to Bueller. Just Paley, you can come over to my house, man. You guys, it's just a disaster. It looks like a bomb went off in my room because I literally film all my videos in my bedroom, you know, and I have to move stuff around as I film the videos. Okay, if I'm doing the coffee video, I got to move a bunch of stuff around. If I'm doing the 50-cent video, I move stuff around. If I'm doing my green screen video, I got to move all my stuff around. Very small space. And some of you in here have actually seen it in person and you'll be like, oh, that's it. But very small space. And, you know, I do what I can to make these videos, and I hope you guys enjoy them. Let's see. Brett Hess says Comic Tom is in the house. White Whale, I feel like I'm the Bizarro Tom. What does that mean? Don't know how you say so amped. Oh, I got it. Okay. I think I said this before, but Tom will confirm this. Me and Tom were talking on the phone, and we were like doing a video call, and this is about a month ago. And we talked for like a half hour, and he was walking around his house or living room the whole time. He did not stop walking around the whole time. And I'm like, dude, are you trying to get your steps in? Or do you not sit down? He's like, man, don't sit down. But he's going like 100 miles an hour the whole time we were talking. And this is a great conversation. And he made me tired just watching the phone just go like this the whole time. Let's see. All right, guys. I think it's been about an hour. I kind of want to wind it down. I've had a lot of fun tonight. Mr. Gretzky9966. I might have missed you earlier, and I apologize, but I wanted to say thanks for being in here. Brian Spaceboy227. Gretzky says hello to Gretzky. JD, do you have a key you are hunting? Do I have a key that I'm hunting? Oh, that's a good question. I don't, I've been hunting my, trying to complete my Peter Parker Spectacular Spider Run all year. And just the simple fact that I forget to go look, and I haven't updated the ones I need for that run. And I don't know what I need left. I think, I do know I need the Cloak and Dagger first appearance. I do know that's on my list. And I think that's it, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, and the one that Black Cat's on, the cover that Black Cat's on, that's supposed to be like a tie with the black suit for Spider-Man. Those two are on my list, and I just keep forgetting to pick them up. They're not like hard to find, but I always got something else going on and I forget about. So those are two that I want to pick up for my keys because I want to complete that run, and it's so bad. I have full runs of a lot of books, and one of the runs I was working on now, like I said, was Spectacular Spider-Man. And I was at a small convention earlier this year, and I went through, and this kind of goes back to when I was talking about doing a budget. I went through and I bought a bunch of books, and I only went there with a little bit of money and stuff. And I was walking out, and as I'm walking out, the guy in the last booth, I stopped by, and he's selling runs, and he's got runs of books. And one of his runs was a complete run of Spectacular Spider-Man, number 1 through 200 and whatever it was. No holes, all the keys, everything. He wanted $80 for the run, which is less than 50 cents a book. And I spent all my money and I missed it. And, unfortunately on this case, I missed out on something that would have been really nice to have, because not only would it have been nice to get the run because I'm trying to do it, but all the time that it would have saved me to get the run, it would have been taken care of right then and there. But I'm not complaining with what I got, because I got a bunch of other books that I really wanted. So that was really cool. I actually bought some Peter Parker books there and probably spent like $20 on Peter Parker books at that con, and then would have saved all that money. But, that's the way it goes sometimes. Sometimes you lose out, and sometimes you lose your comics as well. That's happened to me. But Dustin Herrick, he gave a $2 super chat. Great as always. Have a good one. Thank you, Dustin. I appreciate your super chat donation to the live stream and to the channel. The channel is doing really good, guys. I mean, I don't even know how to put it into words. I mean, I never once did I expect more than just my mom, and maybe I can convince my kids to watch. But people seem to enjoy it, and I think it comes across on my videos that I really enjoy it. And I want to say thank you to everybody. And every day we pick up 20 or 30 subscribers sometimes, and sometimes we pick up 50 subscribers in a day. And you know what, it just goes to show you that there's a lot of people out there that collect comics, and I know that we as YouTubers in the comic book community need to make content that brings everybody in to this hobby that we all enjoy. And I think myself, and I think Comic Tom is a great example, we do content that brings people in that might not have discovered the YouTube community of comics. They're comic collectors, but they're not aware of the community that we have with comic books. And I think that myself and Comic Tom and many others are putting our best foot forward and trying to bring that community together. And I want to say thanks to everybody who's kind of found the channel. And I read a comment today, and this gentleman he left a comment today, and honestly, I read it, and it just kind of made me tear up a little bit, because it was he is a new subscriber, and he's like, hey, I'm just kind of paraphrasing it. He's like, hey, I just kind of got back into comics, and I really enjoy your channel. It's nice that I can share this hobby with my young son, and it's nice that we can watch these videos together. And honestly, you know what? It hit me in the feels, because I was like, you know what? Those are exactly the things I love to hear. I love to hear that not only people are collecting again, but there's new generations and they're finding this stuff available, and that keeps me going. And I know it keeps Comic Tom going, and I know it keeps Sam's Tangled Web and John's Comics with Kids and the Comic Core and all these guys that I really enjoy, and I appreciate that. And I think it's awesome. I mean, there's not lots more to say than that's just awesome. Anyway, okay, let's wrap it up. We've had a good time. I got a little emotional there. I do that sometimes. But I had a lot of fun. I want to say thanks to everybody who was in here. Like I said, the Comic Core is at 7. That's just in about 20, 25 minutes. I'm going to get something to eat, and I'll come back. I might even do a wardrobe change. But we have a guest tonight. Like I said, Cat Wren Figures. She does great reviews. You might have heard, I know Comic Tom mentioned her on one of his shows. He enjoys her reviews. She's been doing YouTube a long time, so I'm really looking forward to talking to her. So come on over to the Comic Core and check us out. It's in about 25 minutes. Should be a lot of fun, and I'll be up for another couple hours doing this. So that's the way it always is. But I want to say thanks to everybody, and if I missed you, I apologize. If you have any tips for collecting, leave them in the comments down below, and I'll read them and go over them and stuff like that. And if I missed anything, please let me know down below. And I do miss stuff. And honestly, the chat gets going really fast, and I have a second screen that I'm looking at. But really, you know, when we get 70 or 100 people in here, it's rolling, and that's pretty cool. It's a problem I don't mind having. So thank you so much. Okay, guys, that's all I have for you. I want to say thanks again to Sam's Tangled Web and John's Comics with Kids for being my moderators tonight. You guys did amazing. Hopefully, you guys didn't have to do anything, which is what we want to hear. But I had a lot of fun. That's all we got. So anyway, don't forget to like and subscribe. You guys know what to do. We will see you next time. Bye. And I got to press the button.